Page. Okay, I will explain one by one on the modules over here. Okay, it's a brief one. So asset master is where you see all the asset listing and you set all the grouping of your asset type, and we have this asset import function, which is the user can import the listings from the Excel file. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're receiving, of course, receiving of a new asset. Okay, check out, check in basically stands for loan out and return. Okay, example, you want to loan this laptop to the staff or what, then you return. Transfer is transfer the asset to another location. Okay, and we have write off function, write off an asset. So we have this built-in asset check module also, which every 1 year they will use the scanners, the mobile computer to do a true up asset checking. Okay, so we have all this report over here, right? So all this report available over here, and on top of that we have this depletion report. This one is more to the finance side. Yeah, so the finance they were very happy to see if the system can count for them the depletion report, the depletion of the asset. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for the user here, of course, where you set all the user roles, you add on the users, and we have this access rule summary, which is we call it the user matrix. Okay, so the system owner, they can set the authority of each individual user to see what available modules. Right, example like maybe the user, they only can see the asset master, they can't do the receiving, they can't do the write off, right? So they can hide the hide the module over here. So when the user log in, they only can see the asset master. So the system owner, they can set the user matrix. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the settings over here is basically more to the back end side, IT side, which is where you set your how to say the printers, right, and the startup message. And we have this function also, the LDAP configuration, which is the Microsoft Active Directory. Yeah, so some customers they ask, can you how to say import from Active Directory? Yes, our system support. Okay, then we have this email configuration over here, which is you can set the staff email. All right, so example for instance, like when the loan item that they loaned is overdue, the system will automatically send an email notification to that staff to remind him to return the asset that they overdue loaned. Okay, then we have another setup here. Basically, this setup is where you set all your the customer listing, the name list, the staff list, the location listing, and the supplier listing. And of course, we do support also from Excel file import. Okay, then we have this user defined field, which is the user they can how to say add on additional field on the asset listing. I will go further onto this later. Okay, so I will explain one by one on the on this modules over here. So basically, this is the asset listing.
I got it. It's the problem
page.
solved already. I can use already.
Okay, this is where you see all the
Yes,
asset,
yes,
very,
yes, I
very,
found.
how
That's
to say,
basically the vouchers
a
that I
summary of
use.
the asset, all right? You can
Because
see the
I thought it's
description,
where
is it
redeem items
available
actually
or
can use
not, right?
multiple
You can see
voucher to
whatever
enter a
information
game,
that the
right? But
customer
actually
want
cannot.
to
It's
put in,
maximum is one
right?
voucher only.
So that's
And for
sorry, just now I
settings, for
mentioned this
systems,
user-defined field, right?
value of
Is for actually is for this,
Okay.
yeah, is for this header over here.
yeah. Thank you
So
very much.
example
Yeah.
like
Okay.
because now I
Thank you.
have how to
Thank you.
say
Bye
I
bye.
have 1 2 3 4 5
Have a good
6
day.
7 8 9 10 11 12 13 I have 14 information over here. So maybe some customer they ask, right, can I add additional information? Yes, it can be done, and user they can create their own field. For example, let's say I want to create another information field, right? Okay, I just go to this setup, user define field, I create new,
Mhm.
right? Then I can fill in whatever info, whatever the header name. Example, maybe I put a company example, right? Okay, so this one will be a text field, text input. I just click OK. Okay, so it's created. Then you can see it's created. Hold on, I think it's hide over. Hold on, sorry. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so
There you have it. Okay.
yeah, so you can drag it over there, right? For example, let's say I want to see my warranty end, I can drag over here, right? Okay, so we have this function also. Okay, we call it the column settings, which is the user they can predefine their own preferred information that they want to see, right? So as I show you just now, I can go to the column chooser.
Mhm.
So let's say I don't want to see the company again, I drag back. Okay, I don't want to see the room, I drag over here. Then after that, just click this layer. Right. So when every time when the user log in, they will see their preferred interface. Okay. Okay, so this is the asset listing, as you can see. So in order to see this asset movement, right, from the means that we call it the history of an asset, okay, you can click this button. You can click this button, okay. So as you can see over here, right, this is the history logging of an individual asset. You can see over here, example like this is the asset number, description, created by who, what date. Now he created the item is in the system Autotrack, right? So as you can see, let me show you a more data. Hold on. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, before I go further, you need to know this GR is represent receiving, good receive. DO is represent checkout. DR is represent check-in. DO checkout. If transfer write off, they will write here transfer or write off. Okay, so as you can see just now, the guy, the admin created the item in on the track, right? At the same time, he do a good receive, right? Who do the receive? Received from which supplier, and now the item is in their HQ. Okay, so this is the logging DO over here. I check out, okay, from what location, I check out to whom, I loan to whom, right? At the same time, she return, right? Return in what location? Then another one, he check out again from what location to whom. So this page is where you see all this history, the movement of that asset. Okay, so at any one time you want to see the asset at what location, you can go to this page, right? So can go back over here. Yes. So far you get me, yeah, Noel. Right. Okay. So if not, I
Yeah.
will. Yeah, I will go
Oh,
further.
I just noticed. I
Mhm.
just noticed you don't have the serial number.
Okay, serial number. Yes. Okay, we have serial number. How to say?
Oh, yeah, there you have it. Okay.
Yeah.
But on the when you enter on the asset, you don't have the serial number there.
No, because by this database, I didn't put the serial number. But if let's say you want serial number, yes, you can put the
Okay.
serial number. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So correct. Yeah. because for asset, right? Even though example like a chair in a meeting room, a chair, right? It's all identical.
Yeah.
All right, but each of the chair will have their own ID. Yeah, for example, right? This is how asset works. So you can put serial number because the serial number will be some on the IT equipments, right? Yeah, so you can key in the serial number also, and on top of that, you need to create a unique ID for the individual asset. Meaning is one asset, one unique ID number, which is the asset number. Okay. Okay, so now I will
Okay.
talk to this. We will talk about the creating of a new asset first, okay, and the tagging of a new asset. So basically, it's very straightforward process. So let's say, example, they want to they decide to buy this asset, okay. So the first thing is, of course, they will do the PO. They will send the PO to the suppliers. Then on top of that, they can start creating the asset first. So I just show you an example. We click new. Okay, so if let's
Okay.
say they have their own asset number, they can key in over here. If not, the system will auto generate for them for the asset.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So I just let's say example, I buy this laptop, right? So this asset grouping here, which I set earlier, key equipment, asset type will be laptop. I can put the picture, right? Put in mind the picture will
Yeah.
only take you around 18 kilobyte. Yeah, it will take too much space for the picture. Okay, so I can put in the picture,
Okay.
right? Then I can key in the cost at how much I purchased, right? Because if I don't key in the cost, it won't calculate the depreciation. Okay, so I just click
All right.
update. Yeah, now you can see I have created the item over here, right? So you see
Yes.
here,
Yes.
yeah, because I haven't received yet. I just created the item, so you can see who created what that he created. Okay, so the next step will be once the item arrive, you definitely need to label the asset and do the receiving, right? Okay, so before
Okay.
that, yeah, before that, sorry, I forgot to touch. We have this label design also, which the user they can design their own labels. Okay, so we have this built-in label designer. Basically, it's very straightforward. I can put the barcodes over here. I can put this text. On the right side here is the properties, which you can change the font and whatever information you can add an image. So our system support 1D code and QR code. Okay, so you can select over here.
因为你有两，你有
Okay,
我跟你
this
这
type
样
of
子的话，我
barcode
跟
we
你讲，
support.
我
Okay,
把一
then
家还你，
once you're done,
我这有
save.
两家
Okay,
DB
so
箱，
we go
所以
back
我
to the
拿一家
asset
还你
listing
先，
here, right?
然后
See
Yeah.
everything
然
is
后
connected with the
我
label
就跟
printer,
你拿一
everything.
家
So
AB
once
箱，
the
我给他
asset arrives,
然
you
后
will
换成
label the
我要
printer
的话也可以
and label the asset and do the group receiving.
对
So it's
啊，
very
你只是这个
simple. What you need to do is just click this one. I click print, so the label will come out. So the label example will
把
be
一根
similar,
整的，我
something
现在
like
我可以
this. Okay. So once the label come out, right, they will take the scanner, either a cordless scanner or a mobile computer. They will go to this
Okay.
receipt. They go to this
你
receipt.
现在你早上呢？不是早上，
Just for that, I need
下
to.
午2点多咯，我拿去给你换好吗？2点钟你有在吗？
Okay, they will go to this
我2点多
receiving
才来
main. Right.
啊
So they
，OK
will
啊，
select from the what supplier, which they preset earlier on the setup there. Okay, so let's say this is supplier. I received the goods in what location? Okay, I take the scanner, I scan the asset. So the moment the moment you scan actually, basically, it will appear over here. Right. So if let's say they purchase multiple items from the same supplier, basically they just take the label, stick onto the asset, and scan one time. It will all appear over here. So once done, just click save. Complete the process receiving. It's very straightforward. Basically, just select a supplier, what location, scan the asset, save. That's all. You have done the receiving and labeling of the new asset, right? So you can see over here, the same thing. It's already received from one supplier in one location, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, for the actually for this receiving, checkout, check-in, transfer, write-off, right? basically we developed is a very user-friendly process. There's how to say, it's all the same process and the same interface, right? I will show you example for checkout, right? So they will go, let's say they want to loan this asset to the staff or what, right? They will go to checkout. Okay.
Okay.
So as you can see here, what they do is just key in the staff name, the customer name, example. Okay. Then I will check out from what location. Okay. Then I just put the scanner and scan the asset. Same thing. It will appear here. Once done, click save. And it will go back to the, when you check the report, you already done checkout to whom, right? So this I mentioned is the same interface for the check-in transfer. It's all the same process. Basically, they just need to key in few information only, right? The written by who? They will return, key in the name, return in what location, scan the asset, click save, it will return again, right? So as you can see, transfer main is all the same process, right? It's a very user friendly. Okay. And okay, we have another, because this one usually for some customers, right, they have a dedicated area to do all these transactions. I call it transactions, right? But some company, they don't have this dedicated area. Maybe they will need to go to the staff or go to the how to say, their location to do the transfer. So our software supports this mobile computer also. Basically, from the mobile computer, when you, it's the same module, you will see everything here and the same interface. Right.
Okay.
Put in mind, this interface will be exactly on the mobile computer, the mobile scanner, right? But put in mind, if let's say, how to say, in the same building environment, right? They need to have a Wi-Fi connection.
Yes.
Yeah. And we sorry, our software is developed based, is all online. We cannot do a batch mode offline.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they need to have a Wi-Fi on their location. So if because some customer will have how to say, they have their own, on-site on the field, right? Maybe they did do some
Correct.
heavy equipment checking. Yes, the mobile computer, because some mobile computer is support nowadays, they support the GSM card, right? They can put in the GSM card. Basically, just log into this browser from the mobile computer. They will see the page here again, right? Basically, you just need an internet line, I can say. But for on field, it's recommended they apply for the VPN also. For
Yes.
more, yes, for more data secure. Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, so I will touch on the report over here. Okay, so we have all the report that available on the module here. Example, I want to see what is my receiving. What item have I received so far, right? I have received 1,842 items. So this is the information. Same thing, the user, they can select the column user, like as they don't see which column, they can preset themselves. Okay, so I will touch on the depletion report. This is very important for the finance department, because for the first time when the initial meetings with the client, right, there are few departments that will involve, which will be the system owner, of course, the user, the IT department, and the finance department. So the finance department usually they won't concern about all these functions. What they want to see is the report, what they can help them for the auditing purpose, right? So this is the report over here. Example, our software is calculated by a 5-year straight line daily basis. So if let's say the customer, because some customer they want to calculate by every by monthly or by yearly or by every 1 year straight line, no problem. We can set for them. Okay, and on top of that, because some assets, example like furniture, they have a different value of depreciation. For example, furniture they have a 15% value. For IT, they have 10%. So our software they can set, the user they can set themselves. Okay. So this is
Okay.
for example of the report, right? So you can see like I create buying cost and to this value. So all this report, of course, you can export it out and Excel or the PDF. Yeah. So the finance side, I can say they will be very happy to see all this report ready. So every time when they do their auditing, right? Basically, they just need to print this report and pass to the auditors. Yeah. It will ease their job a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, another report is we have this location asset listing, which is because some customer they ask, can your system, because I have multiple location, can your system check? I want to check only that location, what asset I have. Yes, it can support. So basically, just go to this location asset listing. As you can see here in the Kuala Lumpur, I have all these asset, 185 asset, right? So I can do the filter over here. Let's say I want to see my the state Johor, for example. This is the asset I have in Johor, right? Or I want to see in Penang. This is the asset I have in
Okay.
Penang. Okay, so this is to
Okay.
search the asset by location. Okay, so this is the user
Okay.
manage. Basically, it's very straightforward. You can add on the roles first. Example, the system owner, admin, then or a normal user, IT department, whichever you can add on. There are no limitation on this, right? So this is where you add the user. You can just basically create the user, the name and the password, and we have this user matrix. So as I mentioned just now, this one is how to say, the system owner will see every module. So the system owner, they can set what user authority to see which module or to allow to see which module. So you can set from here. Okay. So basically this is all
Okay.
functions over here. You can see now allow all users. So they can set to authority to which user to allow to see. Okay. And then
Okay.
yeah. Okay. This part here basically I won't touch so much. It's more on the setup side. And another thing is because the system will ask, does your system have this audit trail, which is the trail of the whole system? Yes, we have this logging. Okay. So if you want to see, right, basically they can go to this log over here. It will show everything from who do the registration, who have done the delete. We have this audit trail. This part also is quite important for the auditing the time, right? In case of anything happen, they can print up this trail, the log, and they can track from here. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So okay, this setup is where you set all the listing of the staff, the supplier, and everything. Basically, it's very straightforward. So let's say I want to create a supplier, I just click new, I just key in the information.
Okay.
On top of that, I can, if let's say you got access file, I just import in. Okay, right. So okay. So every time when we tell the customers, right? Okay, before they start to implement this system, okay, there are five main things that the customer need to prepare. Okay, which is their asset master listing. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, of course, the customer and their staff listing, right? Then their
What?
location.
What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. After the customer, what is that?
The customer listing, because for customer listing, which is just like example, like some equipments, right? For some company equipments, example, a photostat machine, they will need to stand for servicing, correct? The maintenance.
You,
Yeah.
when you say customer, you are referring to the employees also.
Okay. For this over this column here, right? You can put the customer name or the employee's name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
I can just change the label.
yes, and we can do the filtering afterward. I will show you how to do the filtering, right? So
Okay.
yeah, this is the location. Okay, location doesn't mean that it's a different area. Okay, of course you can set different area or different state. Okay, but if let's say
Okay.
you only have one building only, then they can set because one building has 14 floors. They have how to say, maybe the first floor they have two meeting rooms, right? The third floor they have three meeting rooms, for example. So they can set that as well. And we will always how to say, we will advise our client, okay, for this location, create an unique ID for each location. For example, like this building, okay, we call it a building A. So building A, they are 14th floor, and the first floor, example, they got a three meeting room. So how they differentiate all these location ID, they can do is okay, building A, right? A, then a slash, then level one, they put LVL one slash meeting room 1, you put MTG1. It depends on the customer how they want to key in the information for the location ID, right? So this is more, how to say, more convenient for in future for this all this checkout or the transfer of the item. Why? Is because usually transfer item they will use a mobile computer to do the transaction, right? They will go to the place, the location to scan, right? So all these location, the IDs, right? We will ask the client to generate a label. Okay, we have the function over here. Once they generate the label, the location ID, they will stick onto that, how to say, the front area of that location. So when the person come and do, let's say I want to transfer, I will take the mobile computer. I go to the location. Basically, I just scan that location ID. I go inside the room, whatever I want to take, I scan the asset. Okay, done. I have all this captured the location. I take from where and what asset I take from that location. Right. So if let's say they didn't print the location, it's okay, no problem. Because from the mobile computer, you know, the screen is small. Then if let's say the customer have multiple location, the list will be very long. So they need to search and it will take some time. Right. So that's why we ask our client to just generate an ID, okay, and stick it to the location. Okay. So, so the supplier is all the same thing. Show you the import. Example, I just take the file, I do the mapping, right? I click import, it will import all the suppliers. Same goes with the asset import. Okay. All right. Yeah. So far, any questions, Noel?
Well, anyway, later you can
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So just now I have touched on this creating and tagging of a new asset. Very straightforward. So the next one will be the tagging of the customer's existing asset. Okay. Basically,
Okay.
it's a very simple process. So we assume that the customer have their listing in an Excel file already. Usually they will have, right? Okay, but in an Excel file. So the same thing, they just import the listing into the system with the import function. Once import already, they will see their asset over here. Same thing. So once they've done import, the next step will be the labeling of the asset. Also the same process. They will print out the label first. Okay, I print out whatever labels. Then the guy who do the labeling will take the labels and the
啊，用
mobile
Mr. Randall，
computer. They will go
你有那
to
个 list 吗？对不
the
对？
area to do the
你有那个
receiving.
list 吗？对不
Okay,
对？看我给
so
你
the
那
same
纸
thing
嘛，
from
对
the
不对？
mobile computer.
你帮我
They
个
just
忙，
pick
你先
receiving
做，
name.
你先做
The
receive
same thing.
最后一个
Okay,
item 没有，
because you see,
我打一个
they
叉，
will
那
ask
个
you this
没有，
question.
所以
Some
你全
customer, what?
全
Because the
先做出
asset is
receive，然后
been
再
some
出那
time.
个。
I forgot who's the supplier, right? Okay, they don't have this information. Maybe they forgot or they lost the information. So don't worry. You just
好
tell
像
the
都没有，
customer
看
that
我们这个没有嘞。
since you've
你
don't
用
know the
Mr.
supplier,
Randall 出
right?
现呢？
You just created the
就在那个
existing asset is belongs to that company.
其实
Yeah.
by right
So
是两个
basically,
都
they just
先做一个
create
receive 先，
a supplier
然后再出一
with the
个。
company name. Okay.
你把
So
你
they
另外
just
一个
select
没
the
有，两
company
个都没有
name.
put number 是
Okay.
吗？
They just select their own company name. The same
你
thing.
先用 Mr.
I
Randall 出咯，
I
我
want
等
to
下
tag
拿
in
过
what
我们再
location.
进去
I
算。
take
然后我又
I
买一个
take
东西要
this
从那边
label.
过来的。
I will stick into the asset and I scan one time. Okay.
对
So I scan, it will appear here. Okay. And we should explain to the client,
对，那
right?
个
While we doing this tagging of
没
the
有，我有写一
existing
个，我有用
asset,
铅笔
it will
圈起
how
来
to
的。
say it will update also this
对对
asset at the correct location. Because the moment you scan the asset, you scan the location,
，scanner 来的
indirectly
，scanner 我没有
you
还
will
它。
update the most updated
对，scanner 在我这里。
information of that
对，
asset,
然后那个
correct?
另外一个
Yeah.
10 inch 的
Because
也是
maybe their previous Excel
在我
file,
这里。
this how to say
因为我
the
今天拿
asset
去给
is
他换
in
另外一
this
个回来，
location
所以我
A.
拿那
But
个，
when
然
I
后我
do
这
the
个时候
tagging the
掉进
time,
来了
right,
嘛。
this asset is the location B. So in the same time, indirect,
你
I
不用做
already
先呢？
update this whole updated information
可以，
while I
可以
do
啊
the
带出来。
labeling. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, from there they can start everything with the updated data. They can go on the process with the checkout, check-in, and very smoothly. They have all the updated data. Yeah. Okay. So another thing is I will touch on the Excel file there. Okay. Actually, we have some how to say some format that they need to follow. Okay. For example, is how to say. Okay, because some customers, right, they like to put the example because in the Excel, right, there are column A, B, C, D. So in the column A itself, some customer they like to put the asset ID the description or whatever information on that column A only, and I can say that type of a format it can't be imported, right? We need to how to say separate it, like column A is the company the asset ID example, column B is the asset description, column C is whatever information. They need to segregate what each column. Okay, so if let's say they didn't do the housekeeping, we call it the housekeeping of the Excel file, it will take some time to implement, to start the system, right? If sometimes, let's say the customers have 1,000 assets, it will take maybe I can say 1 to 2 months for them to do this. Yeah, it will happen. Yes, this is will happen oftenly, right? Okay, so then sometimes
So are you saying that if one company already has existing assets,
yes,
so you will be giving us or the client with a template or a format that we
yes.
can just import it to this system?
No, you can't. Yes, from the original template Excel file, you can import into the system. Yeah, but what
Okay, okay,
but what I mentioned is because if let's say the customer didn't follow the format, right? Okay,
correct.
they need to do the housekeeping. It will take a lot of time for the customer to do and to start the
Yes,
system. Yes. Then a lot of the customer will ask you, can you do for me the Excel file? So usually we will charge customer additional on the housekeeping of the Excel file because yeah, it's a lot of work. Seriously, imagine the
correct.
customer have 2, 3 thousand, right? It's not a 1 day job basically. It's not a 1 day.
Yes, of course, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. So they need to put in mind this one. You need to explain to the customer. So everything, let's say, assume it's a done nicely. Because import will take around 15 minutes into the system. Once the import, they can start smoothly on the rest of the transactions. They can start very smoothly already. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, so basically this is the module over here, and I can say the function, the features over here is very, how to say, good enough for most of these organizations outside in the market, right? So, for example, mostly how to say, the hotels, they need to use it, okay? The banking, the banks, right? Then, of course, office building, right? And some even though how to say, the lawyer firm, because lawyer firm they need to track their files, right? You can use this as a file tracking also. So basically the file is the asset, and the location will be their shelf, right? What shelf so you can set over there. It's the same thing. Okay, then some construction industries, which is they need to track their heavy machines on the site, right? Yeah,
correct.
usually, yes. So I can say it's suitable for most of the industries in the market, right? Yeah, because the process will be the same. The most important thing is they want to track the movement of the asset, right? This asset now at which location, who took the asset, right? They want to
Okay,
have
you.
right information.
Sorry, Nick. On a construction company,
Mhm.
of course, some equipment, heavy
Okay.
equipment, heavy machines has been allowed to be rented by other companies. Can this be applied here because you do not have here that will be on a loan or checkout. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes, correct. Yeah, yeah, correct.
But you do not have the amount there.
Sorry.
Do you have the amount? Do you have the amount if that is being rented for, let's say, 1 month, and then for a particular number of days, for example, do you have the costing with that? Let's say you rent it to other companies.
Okay, yes. Okay, because just now I show you, okay. Because now I want to add that the costing, how much I rent to that the company, right? The company, right? So as you can
Correct.
see, yeah, as you can see here, I don't have that information, right? The headers over here.
Okay.
All right. So this is the additional, how to say, information that they want to record, correct? Right? What they can
Okay.
do, they just go to this user defined field over here. The same thing.
Correct.
They will create over here. So what I
Yeah.
call,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
correct.
yeah. So they can create. There's no limitation. They can create how many fields headers they want. So that's why I say just now, whatever information they want, the customer they can set themselves, right? Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Because
but of course, when you add a field name, for example, about the costing, and then you are renting something, an asset or a heavy equipment, but
uh-huh.
the costing will differ based on the number of days, and it will be prorated. Will it compute by itself?
Oh, okay, because it's also it's calculated by days, right? Okay, so
Correct.
it depends on how how to say how they calculate. What they can do is, of course, how to say, I create two columns. Okay, one is the cost. Okay, another one will be the how many days. Yeah, but the system they need to calculate on the let's say they rent for 7 days. You want the system to automatically calculate for the costing of the 7 days, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I can say this one we need a customization a little bit. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. But do we have the number of hours only instead of days?
Yes, you can put hours. Let me confirm. Uh, basically because for the
Well,
number of hours.
that is well, it's just a question, but it's not if that is only applicable. Okay.
Yeah, if let's say they only key in the hours, yes, they can. But if you want the system to calculate, we need to put in the module, the formula onto the system. We can
Okay.
custom. If let's say you have this requirement, we can customize for you. Okay, of course, additional costing. I can say actually this one will fall onto the enterprise part because for Autotrack, the tracking, right, we have a professional version and the enterprise version. Okay, so anything related
Okay.
to how to say additional functions or customization, we usually we will quote the customer enterprise version. Okay, so
Okay.
the difference between enterprise and professional is professional is what you see they will get. Okay, there's no additional add-on. So for enterprise,
Okay.
basically it support RFID. Okay, RFID and the additional customization, right? Yeah, and for
Hmm.
enterprise, it's an unlimited user. Yeah,
Okay.
limited user. And on top of that, right, because some customer they will ask, they have any, I will go on to this home page over here. We call it the dashboard because this is the main page that they're going to see often, right? So the some customer ask, can I customize? I put, example, I want to see the most important information over here, like what asset has been loaded. Yes, we can do on the enterprise, so we can customize according to that customer requirement. We can put some pie chart or some graph chart over here on which data they want to see, right? So all this will be on the enterprise version.
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay, so okay, I can say this is the available module over here, and it's very, how to say, it's good, very good enough for almost all the industries in the market. Yeah, unless they want some customization, right? Because some
Okay.
they have their own process or what, right? Yeah. Okay. So, any other thing that you need to understand?
Well,
Um,
this is based on subscription. Is that correct?
No, no. Basically, it's a one-time off basis, right? When you quote the customer, there are
Okay.
no yearly renewal fee or license fee. Yeah, it's a one-time off.
Okay. So meaning I have to pay the license, and then that will be my own. Already. I own it already.
Yeah, I would because I will sell to you is on the partner's price, right? So you will it's up to you how much you want to
Okay.
spend over the site, and because there are no license fee basically, there are no license fee. Yes. So it's the one time of
Okay.
payment from my side, and for the customer when they purchase from the site also basically it's a one time of payment, no yearly maintenance fee. Of course, you can charge them for
So
the maintenance contract. Yeah, for the
correct.
second, yeah, you can charge them. Yeah, it's the standard one. Yeah. Mm.
So it doesn't have the expiration.
No, no, no expiration. Yes.
So if I have to, let's say the client select the professional and then the enterprise, depending on them, so they have to pay only once.
Exactly, correct. Professional is one price,
Okay,
enterprise is one. Yes, they have to pay only once. Yes, correct.
but okay, but I've seen you have several modules there. Is that correct? Can you see it to me?
What module? Sorry.
This is the Autotrack Professional Asset Tracking version.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, when I tried getting into your system, I have seen several system. Or is that correct? Or this is the only one?
When you're logging into the website, is it?
Correct. Correct.
Oh, okay. The main page, the one, the green color page, is it? When you log in, the first one, you
Okay. Yes.
log into the autotrack.com.my, right? Correct.
Okay. No, no. Okay. This is the AutoTrack asset tracking version, the
Yeah,
professional one, of course.
yeah.
And then the enterprise is another thing. Of course, that's another module or another version. Okay.
Yes, correct.
So the client has to select which version they wanted. Of course, professional. Of course, there's some limitation, but the enterprise is you have several accesses or something. Is that correct?
Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Okay, basically when we install that time, the installation part that time, right? If let's say the customer choose that professional, we will give you the
Correct.
installation file actually. So you will install at the customer's place. So the installation file will be the professional. I mean, they won't see they don't need to select which is the professional or the enterprise version. So if let's say enterprise,
Okay.
yeah, right. As you can see, because I send you that the test, the trial link, right? The www.autotrack.com.my.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Basically, when you log in, you can see a lot of different type, different how to say, different tracking system. Example like this, you can see
That
the meter, you can see the asset tracking, right? Okay, because
yeah, that is what I'm
yeah.
for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
basically this page is for this is for the how to say the trial version, the trial version. So actually this link, right, you can pass to your customers client to test as well. Because some customer they ask before I purchase, can I have a trial run, right? I want to see the system. Yes, you can pass this link to your customer, they can select and they can select whatever modules they want to try. Example, like we have this visitor management, we have the asset tracking, and we have this the palm oil tracking. You can see, yes, you can play around with it. Yeah, basically
Okay. Okay. And then when the customer purchase, you send us or the installer or something. What? Hello.
higher speed. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, sorry. So basically, when the installation time, they won't go to this website anymore. We will give you the installation file, and you will install direct onto their PC or the server. Mm.
Okay. What about the implementation? Is there an implementation cost?
The one is depends on you will charge to your customer, right? I will just tell you this.
No. No. Okay. I mean, coming from you, what support we can get from you?
Okay, okay. The first support we can, of course, we can do how to say a guidance via remote. If let's say for the first time or second time installation on the client side, right?
Yes.
We can do the remote install for you. No problem. We can guide you via remote. We can install for you via remote for the first second time. Yeah. Then, let's
Okay.
say the customer you want training, right? Yes, we can provide one two time training for your customers, right? And of course, we will provide this user manual of the asset tracking. We will provide also everything. Yeah.
Yes, that's very
Mm.
important. Okay, so you will assist
Yes,
us,
correct.
or you can guide us when we do the training or some implementation, and then we can get in touch with
Can
you if there's something that we do not we are not able to answer as to the question of the customer. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, correct. You can always call us. We have a technical support team over here. So at any one time, if let's say in maybe in 6 months' time there are some issues, right? You can always call us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
because
because the question will
yes, of course,
there.
can question or technical issue or whatever new inquiries. Yes, you can call us anytime.
Uh,
Right. We will
okay,
give you
because
the support. Most.
the customer
Mhm.
question will come out after using it for several months. Yeah.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah. Yes, correct. Yeah. Don't
What,
worry. So on the
what?
support side, we have a full support.
Okay. What about the integrity of the data?
Integrity of the data. Okay.
Correct.
Because for some customers, there we can how to say we can if let's say the data will pass to us or what, right? We can sign for this the agreement. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it. The data is what's the database that we are going. This is an SQL something.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, I mentioned earlier, beginning, yes, it's on the SQL. So yes, we did on the SQL database. Yeah, it's
Okay.
2000, as I remember, 2009. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, for
2009.
some customers, yeah, 2009. So some customers, they say they have their own, maybe a newer version of SQL, right? You can say, no
Okay, but
problem, we will install database. Yeah.
the enterprise is the only one that is not free.
Sorry?
The enterprise edition of the SQL is the only one that is has costs.
The enterprise one also I remember we used like the same SQL also actually. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the SQL is a freeware, no license at all.
No, no, it's free, it's free. Yeah. That's why I remember the 2000 is 2009 free one. Yeah, it's free one. Yes, no licensing,
Okay,
no need to pay license anything. It's already so, but some customers they say they have their own higher, maybe they have a higher version of their SQL, right? So no problem.
yeah.
We can put our software into their SQL also using their SQL latest version SQL. No issue on that. No
Okay.
charges, no license, no charges also. Yeah.
Your installer includes already the SQL.
Yes, included already the SQL, the installer. Yes, correct.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So we just have to install it in one's computer, in a client's computer, for example.
Uh-huh.
Uh, okay, that you're saying the professional only has 60 users. Is that correct?
Correct, correct. Yes.
Okay, okay. But meaning I have to. So this can be installed in one particular server, and then every 16 users can access by using their own computers.
Exactly, correct. So the user will be the client. So we will install in
Correct.
the server and the cloud. Yes, correct. Yes, yeah, correct. Or let's say if
Okay.
they install in the cloud environment, right? Let's say they install in the
Correct.
cloud environment. Basically, the all the users, even though outside of the area, right? They basically just need the internet line. They can use their iPad
Yes.
or and log in. Like example, the boss they want to see the record, right? They can log in
Yes.
from his handphone and they can see the record, live data. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that
Uh,
one is
yeah. You mentioned that. Do you have existing customers or partners that already been distributing this software of yours?
okay. Actually, we how to say we target is for each country we only allocate one partners, right?
Okay.
Each
So
country one.
in what countries do you already have this running?
I can say so far is Indonesia.
Okay.
Yeah, Indonesia and one more actually Thailand one actually they are one partners but they are just begin yeah.
But okay, you have one partner in Indonesia. This originated in Indonesia, right?
Uh, that's what? Sorry, can't hear.
Yeah, your
In
software originated from Indonesia. Is that correct?
no. It's in from Malaysia. We developed
Oh,
this
sorry.
software.
Okay, in Malaysia. Okay, in Malaysia,
Yeah.
but you have one part. You have one partner in Indonesia.
Yes, correct. Yes. Yep.
Have they sold number of license there?
I can say because we just started this not long ago. This how to say a partners program for overseas. We started not long ago. Yeah. Mm.
Okay. What about in Malaysia?
Yeah. Malaysia, we have many customers already. Actually, yeah. In
Oh
Malaysia,
yeah.
actually, we will deal direct. We will deal direct. Okay. So
Correct.
our main customers will be hotels, banks, and construction, and some lawyer firms, and university also some. Yeah.
Okay, but my reference would only be your customers in Malaysia. Is that correct?
Uh, Sorry, can repeat?
Let's say if somebody asks me, let's say a prospect client asks me, where have you
Oh, okay.
implemented this? Okay. What clients do
Uh-huh.
already have using this? For example, they ask me, so I will say
Okay.
that
Mhm.
we have this has been implemented
Yeah.
already in Malaysia.
Yes, I can send you how to say which have the customer have already successfully using this software. I can send to you this information, right? I believe
Correct. That's great.
it's a big name. I think it's well known. Like example for bank is a Maybank, right? Then China Bank, yeah. So yes, you can pass this information to the customers. I can provide to you for the reference, right?
Yes. Yes, please.
And
Yes, please. I needed that.
sure, definitely can, right? So, of course, I will send you the costing, the listing, the partner price, and recommended
Correct.
selling price. It's up to you to how much you want to sell. Then,
Correct.
because I see you do sell hardwares, right? Full system. So I believe you have the scanners, yeah, and the label printers, right?
We do have, yeah. Well, we sell it, yes.
Yeah. Yes, like in this case, because I won't quote you the hardware on the hardware part because you can source over the site is much more cheaper, right? Because maybe you have some. Yeah, but just tell me the pricing of the
You,
software,
you
right?
can tell me too. You can tell me too. So why not?
Yeah, but don't tell me if like, you want to buy from here, then the logistic will cost more than you buy from purchase from there, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah. So, okay, we talk about hardware. Basically, any printers support any brand of barcode printer support. Example like a Honeywell, like this Argos or like any China brand that support. And for the scanners, basically, it's very straightforward. It's either USB or the Bluetooth, right? And for this mobile computers, we will recommend more to Android OS.
Android OS.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Android OS. Yeah, not to say Windows cannot use, but if let's say they use a Windows mobile computer, right? Maybe the interface will be how to say the alignment will run a bit. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Let's
the in,
say let's say
yeah.
a customer of course wanted to try this. How many are you giving us? Let's say a 1 month trial period, so, something number of
Ah,
days.
okay, the trial version, that one, right, from the link, actually, I can say is 5 days, as I remember, it's 5 days. So after 5 days, they will come out expired notification. But if let's
Okay.
say the customer want to extend further, maybe 1 2 weeks, you just contact us. We will extend it for you or your customer.
But the data that they have inputted there will not get lost.
I can say no. Yeah,
Okay.
I can say
Because
no. The data will.
because when they try it, for example, you assign a particular ID for that particular customer who wanted to try it, and they have inputted something, and they are very happy with that. But in 5 days' time, they cannot access it anymore. So
Yes.
they have to ask from you another renewal ID, for example, or renewal license, so they can make more of that.
Yes, yeah, we can extend the trial period, and on top of that, once
Okay.
then the data will still remain because we have to keep this how to say, we have control over here on the IP address that this customer testing is for the, as for instance we have this tracking over here is for this customer, so the data will be stored at that folder. It won't how to say, it won't lost. No need to re-import all the data again. The same customer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Understand, eh? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So uh, this is, I think this is good. Something that we can offer. Some customers are looking for this kind of software.
Mm-hmm.
Some are in a hotel industry, and then I'm
Yeah.
looking at some hospital too, hospitals
Yes,
and
yeah, we do.
and construction companies.
Ah, yes, yeah. Okay, because mostly for construction companies, they will ask for RFIDs. Yeah, they will go
Yes,
for RFID, right? So, you familiar with RFID?
yes, I am familiar with RFID. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Great. 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 Okay. Another one is how I want to say it. Yeah, because for the RFID, the tags will be because difference of material will be different type of tags, right? So you need to inform the customer if let's say you go for RFID. Yeah, and some testing needs to be done on the hardware part. Yes. Mm.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and also actually the banks, how to say, the banks will you need this one also for the banks, especially with multi branches and the building itself, right? The HQ, the building, they will need this asset tracking. Yeah. Because some of the clients they how to say, they misunderstood between the asset tracking and this inventory, right? So some customers they say, yes, I have this how to say, the software already, which I can do the inventory tracking, which is I can for because for the like accounting software, the inventory they have this receiving, they have transfer, they have write off, they have check in also, right? They have all this function.
Yes.
But one thing don't have is the movement of the asset. Accounting system they don't have, they can't track this one, right? They only can see the asset that is transferred by who, but they cannot see is how to say, the movement, the logging of the individual asset. So this is the difference between the asset tracking and inventory, right?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So maybe
Yeah.
there are
And also,
some are using the inventory tracking system, or that's coming from the
yeah,
an accounting system. So this is
yeah.
more different than other than that. Okay.
Yeah, correct. Because you see, inventory on the quantity side, right? The quantity, the balance quantity is you will see maybe at 1,000. Then they say they reorder out at 50, then will become 950, correct? But for asset tracking, right? Basically on the balance the quantity, you will see the figures either 0 or 1. Means the asset is not available to web location, or the asset is available in this on the store, right? So this is the difference between asset tracking and inventory. Some customer they will ask you, so you can explain to them. This the difference is basically I can asset tracking, you can track the movement of the asset, right?
Okay. Is there let's say
Mm-hmm.
in an accounting system they wanted to, let's say, import the costing of this asset going into the accounting
Uh,
system. Hello.
they want to import from which the line is breaking up. So can you repeat?
let's say the accountant wanted to import the costing that he has on the asset tracking system
Uh-huh.
going into the accounting system.
Or going through the accounting system means from our Autotrack, they want to import
Say he wanted
into
to.
the accounting, right? Okay, of course,
Yes.
there are two ways, either a full integration or by import export. If let's say a full integration, we need to study the third-party accounting system, right? Basically, if they allow us to have the source code, we can do that, no issue. If not, we because our system we can export it out to an Excel file or whatever, a text file or what, right? So it depends on the third-party accounting
Okay.
system. We can import this data or not. Yeah. So of course they have their own format. From here we will follow the format. Yeah. So it's either two ways. Yes, it can be done, no problem. Yeah. And some customers, yes, they have
Anyway,
they.
anyway,
Mhm.
I think they are only after the total cost and amount, and of course the
Yeah.
depreciation.
Correct. Yes, for the finance side, the accounting side, they want to see the description only. Yes, the rest they want all this how to say all this receiving they don't want to know. Yeah, correct.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. So if let's say they want for the finance side, basically they just go to this description report, they just print out. Basically, they will pass to the auditors. Yes, with all this information. Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Then
okay.
yeah, because some customers also because some customers they have their own ERP system, right? Maybe from an SAP or from an Oracle or Microsoft Dynamics, right? So because most of their how to say the
Yes.
listing is from there. They say can from SAP, example for SAP, can it be import our system? Can it be import direct from SAP? I can say yes, can. We have done before. So for example, like SAP, basically SAP they will provide. They have this how to say a software. We call it SAP Web Portal. It's provided by SAP. So whatever information from the customer's PC SAP side, they will come into that web portal, the SAP Web Portal. So from our side, we will grab whatever information from the portal and direct import into the Autotrack system automatically.
Okay,
Yeah, it can be done. Yeah.
okay. So I just want to repeat that on the professional version,
Mhm.
you have 60 user, and then there are some limitation. And then for the enterprise version, let's say we have several accesses there in the enterprise version, and then they can ask also for some
Add-on customization.
modification. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah, and
Correct.
enterprise is
Okay. But for the professional version,
uh-huh.
professional version, of course, it has a corresponding cost if they wanted to customize something.
Yes, correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay, that the amount is to be determined first. Okay.
Yeah, I will send you, of course, there's how to say some add-on modules, right? For because like example, let's say the customer they don't
Correct.
want to go for the enterprise, they will go for the professional, but they just want to add on example like we have this function called the approval level because for from write-off, right? They need to get the approval before the owner can do the write-off, correct? So let's say the customer they just want to add this module.
Yes.
Yes, we can do that. I will send you the costing price of what modules available, so you can charge according to the add-on modules only. You don't need to go for enterprise as well. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the software has been developed by in Malaysia
Yes, we develop.
by by a group of a developers
Yes, we
in
have
one
our in-house
software company.
developer.
Is that
Yes,
by ALC?
yeah, we have our in-house developer to develop and of course
Okay.
to how to say to fix any bugs or for the support side. Yes, it's all in our in-house. Yeah, so that's why I can say not to worry on the support side or the first time implementation on the customer side or training. We can provide that support for you. Yeah, anytime. Yeah. Yeah, hello. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hello. The line is breaking up. Hello. I can't hear you, Noel. Hello. I can't hear you.